Good evening. This is my discussion of the week 2 case of Cynthia Cooper and WorldCom. Playing the part of the business administrator at WorldCom, and after being approached by Miss Cooper, I listened to all that she had to say, and all her worries and concerns of what was going on at WorldCom. But obviously, before telling her or advising her what she should do next, I would need to analyze the situation myself and gather more information, even from different sources, and to also find out if Cynthia, by any reason, had any motives behind her willing to be sounding the alarm, if she had any bad intentions, maybe one of her superiors had done something bad to her and she had I want to do something to get her revenge. So I just had to analyze what was going on and from different perspectives. But looking at her history at WorldCom, it didn't look like she had any malicious intent behind her concerns, and she was actually really worried about the future of the company. She had been working there for 10 years. She was, and just as when she first started, she was still proud of working there because she usually gave tours to the company on the facilities to family, friends, and other future employees. So also, it was part of her job as an internal audit to see to the company's finances, and that's what was getting her concerned. Taking what Immanuel Kant said about truth, it says that without truth, social intercourse and conversation become valueless, and knowing the truth is a social responsibility. And believing that truth is a social responsibility, if you don't want to take actions when bad things are happening, you shouldn't seek the truth, which isn't the case, because Cynthia is trying to unveil what is going on, and obviously, if she doesn't want to, if she doesn't want to seek the truth, when she reveals it, that truth might turn into criticism or disbelief by her co-workers. According to George Brancret, Cynthia is putting her basic trust on me because she believes that I'm not going to do anything to harm her or take advantage of this vulnerability of her, which is blowing the whistle on upper management to all the loans and money that aren't there. They're supposed to be there. Also, Cynthia is fighting the conflicts depicted by Cicella Bock. The first one is the decision of if speaking out is really in the best interest of the public, and trying to determine who is responsible for the fraud, which in this case she believes is Bernie Ebbers. Secondly, she's weighing the responsibility of serving the public with the responsibility owed to her colleagues and the company. And third, and in my opinion, the hardest one to deal with is the fear of retaliation from managers and co-workers, because that could really jeopardize her career and, more importantly, her ability to provide to her family with her salary or whatever she brings home at the end of the month. Recognizing this social responsibility of telling the truth, I believe that Cooper is really brave to share that information with me, being fully aware that she could lose her job, plain and simple, or deeply hurt the company's reputation. But I'm glad to conclude that she's coming forward with all that was said before, that she's coming forward with the issue with the best of intentions and to actually try to save the company from a darker future ahead. With all that in mind, and I'm sure Cooper had dissented about the fact, thoroughly weighing the pros and cons of speaking out or not saying a thing, that she sought alternatives on ways to bridge her loyalty to the company and to coworkers, and trying to minimize the effects or even avoid whistleblowing at all. She checked, according to what she said, she checked and double checked all the facts to make a fair accusation of Bernie Ebbers, and taking into consideration the provisions on the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002 that mandates strict reforms to improve financial disclosures from corporations and prevent accounting fraud, with special attention to Section 302, which requires senior management, in this case Bernie Ebbers, to certify the accuracy of the reported financial statement. I feel really compelled to bring Ms. Cooper's concerns to the authorities, hoping that by doing so I could convince the public that this action by Bernie Ebbers was an isolated act and not something that has been going on for a long time, or that's something that's definitely not in the company's culture. And by doing that, I would hope to save the company's reputation in the public eye and avoid serious financial damages that could lead to bankruptcy and even the closure of the whole company and the whole organization.